155, 2019, consider authorizing the Washington County Redevelopment Authority to proceed with the demolition of 2 residential structures located at 414 Blue Jay Drive and 3284 Millers Run Road, utilizing the township CDBG funds and an $8,000 subsidy from the township. Any comments or questions?
Question, do we know what the total is minus the 8,000? How much do we have in that fund?
It was the bid. If you recall our last meeting, the township has available to $12,500 in CDBG funds for this year. What the board had surmised was whether or not we could push those funds forward into a future year and use those together and pull them. That's not possible with the way this grant program is structured. Therefore, it was more cost effective to go through the county and their program utilizing the $12,500 from our funds, $8,000 of the future take, and then the $8,000 subsidy that the township would provide. That would also be placed as a lien on that property to recoup the township's outlay of $8,000.
Thank you, Don. Any other questions by the board? Do I have a motion?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
5-0. 156, 2019, consider approving the fireworks display at the Fall Festival at a cost of $3,000. Jack had a meeting with, sorry to call you out while you're waiting, but Jack Kane, our assistant manager, had a meeting with Fireworks Joe, as we'll call him, and he was happy to put on a display at the Fall Festival. It'll be approximately 9 p.m. Saturday night of the Fall Festival. I believe that's the 25th. Thank you. Thank you. With a rain date of Sunday evening. He does a great job every year in use for fireworks display, so we're looking forward to it. Thank you, Jeff, for doing that setting up that meeting. But that is his cost to go get the fireworks. Any questions or comments from the board?
I want to make a motion, but I've talked to Ed Boverick, and he will have a fire truck there in attendance for that.
Great, thank you, Ed. Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, I still do have the concern that this is a fall festival, the leaves are brown. I still have concern that fireworks and those don't always mix. And then also, we're using this as a draw to the fall festival. It's over at 5 or 6 o'clock. It just seems isolated, or it could be something, and I love fireworks, I'm the first one to show up for them, but it could be something that's used for a night of the movies or movies in the park or something that way versus the fall festival, since the activities will all be over for the day. And that's just my thoughts on that fire hazard, fire safety, and maybe using that money for something else, or allow the festival to do it during that night of the movies or something that way.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? Do I have a motion?
I made a motion.
Oh, sorry. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
Passes 4-1. 157, 2019, consider participating in Washington County 2020 Complete Count Census Committee Program. Ron, do you want to?
Excuse me, basically this is just a program that Washington County is starting to try to get municipalities interested in getting their residents to participate in the census. The requirements from the township are just simple. We just place advertisements on our website, maybe posters in our building, and all it is a fancy word for trying to help people or get people out to participate in the census.
Sounds good.
So,
Sounds easy enough. Do you have any questions or comments? Do I have a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
5-0. Consider 158, 2019, consider the submission of the 2020 Washington County Local Share Account Grant application in the amount of up to $550,000 with a 50% township match for the removal and replacement of 4 bridges in Cecil Township Park. If you recall, this was something that was approved on the agenda last month for us to be able to look into it. It's a grant application that I've been working on with Dan Dizeroff, Bill Wateroff, and myself. It's for the replacement of 4 bridges in Cecil Park. We're hoping to get 50% from the local share, and then the township will come up at some point with the other 50% match. We've reached out to our local state representative and state senator. They are writing us letters of, not endorsement, that's the wrong word, support, thank you. Letters of support, and have said that it's been a long time since Cecil has actually applied for a grant from the local share, and so that they feel fairly confident that we'll at least get something. So this has to be on the agenda tonight because we are asking for a 50% township match. Do I have any questions or comments from the board?
These are four bridges that were donated to the township?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And did we have a cost on sandblasting or repairing them ourselves? Ron looked into something?
A
Or?
while ago, wasn't it, like $45,000
No.
or $50,000 a bridge?
The total cost was close to $350,000.
Yeah. For those of you who are here, Mr. Busa said just to sandblast and paint the current bridges that were there was approximately $350,000, and that doesn't take into consideration the structural soundness of the current bridges. So there is the possibility that we could spend all that money sandblasting and painting them and then have them fall apart anyways. So, you know, this has been carefully considered and thought out. So, any other questions or concerns? There's no commitment at this point. It's simply the grant application, which is due September 25th, along with the letters of support from our local elected officials.
Just one question. How much would the total replacement cost be?
$550,000.
And you haven't had any bridge inspection of it to see if they are structurally sound?
We have started, yes, and there are some of them that are not structurally sound.
All right, but you might not have to replace all four. You might only have to replace the ones that are not structurally sound.
Thank you.
They all need replaced.
They all need replaced.
Are you an engineer?
No, we've had our public works look at it extensively.
You need
Ms.
a
McCullough.
structural engineer to take a look at it.
You can see visibly for the shot.
Ms. McCullough, thank you for your questions, comments. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
159, 2019, consider a letter of support for Cecil Township Volunteer Fire Company number 3 of Miller's Run and their application for a loan through USDA's Community Facilities Program for a new fire department building. Is there anybody from Fire Company number 3, TJ, that wants to address it?
Good evening, I'm DJ Johnson, Vice President and Chairman of the Building Committee for the Cecil Township Volunteer Fire Company number 3, Miller's Run Incorporated. We are investigating the USDA Rural Development and Emergency Responders of Pennsylvania loan. This letter of support that we are requesting is a formality for the pre-application process, and it is something that, similar to your letter of support that you are receiving or requesting, we are doing the same thing with the state representative along with the state senator and the board of supervisors.
Just for transparency, I'll read the letter of support that if passed is what we'll sign. It says, Dear Mr. Lehman, the Cecil Township number 3 Volunteer Fire Company is planning the construction of a new modern fire station. The proposed station, among other things, would allow the company to operate more efficiently and provide a safer environment for firefighters, all while continuing to provide emergency services to our community. Please accept this letter as the Board of Supervisors' support for this project and support for the fire company to seek funding assistance from USDA. Please do not hesitate to contact me should you have any questions. Do I have any questions or comments by the board? Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
TJ, this will be signed this evening.
Thank you.